Welcome to Module 5, Strategic Leadership and Career Growth. Today's focus, Lesson 5.2, Change Management in the Front Office. The hospitality industry operates at a relentless pace. Between morning checkouts, room turnovers, and evening arrivals, the baseline is a constant state of flux. When implementing new systems, there is a sharp divide. A simple corporate button push translates into a dense web of operations. A straightforward efficiency update from headquarters strikes the front desk reality, turning years of mastered routines into an overwhelming destruction of workflows. The immediate result is a severe bottleneck. Instead of speeding things up, the new technology slows down service, leaving guests waiting and receptionists increasingly frustrated. It is easy to blame the software when this happens, yet these operational roadblocks almost never stem from technical flaws in the code itself. The true point of failure lies in the human element. Even the most sophisticated system will collapse if the staff lacks the psychological buy-in and emotional preparation required to use it. Effective change management demands the exact same rigor applied to operational planning, but it functions entirely as an exercise in emotional intelligence. Technical skills might secure you a management position, but your ability to guide a team through the human friction of change is what defines your career as a hospitality leader. Let's expand our view beyond simple software updates. Everyday operations shift frequently, like migrating from a traditional front desk to greeting guests with mobile tablets in the lobby. Or consider the rollout of new environmental sustainability protocols, which require entirely new procedures for housekeeping routines and supply chain purchasing. Then there are the larger physical disruptions. A major hotel renovation dismantles the actual workspace, forcing staff to navigate a high-stress, unpredictable environment for months. The most profound systemic shocks occur during a complete property rebranding or a sudden shift in ownership. New ownership inevitably introduces different philosophical expectations for profitability, which dictates a rapid and total overhaul of existing service levels. When staff push back against these shifts, it is rarely an act of malice. Humans are biologically wired to seek stability. Resistance is a natural defense mechanism against the unknown. In fact, an employee resisting a new policy is often pointing out a valid process flaw that corporate management completely overlooked. Keeping those employees in the dark about how a transition will affect their daily jobs breeds anxiety. As their stress rises, their performance drops, and the guest experience is the first metric to degrade. This is the danger of the communication vacuum. If leadership waits too long to announce a change, that void is instantly filled with rumors and negativity. Unchecked change guarantees widespread operational anxiety. To prevent a systemic breakdown, a manager must proactively step into the gap and serve as the bridge connecting the corporate mandate to the frontline reality. The first tool a manager must deploy is proactive communication. This means explaining exactly why a change is happening long before the actual implementation date. For example, if a new digital tracking system is arriving, the staff needs to know it was designed to reduce their manual paperwork rather than serve as a tool to micromanage their time. The second tool is active involvement. The objective here is to shift employees from passive recipients of an order to active participants in the solution. You execute this by assigning ownership. Ask a senior receptionist to beta test a new software module, or task the housekeeping supervisors with drafting the new room inspection checklists. The third tool is thorough preemptive training. Equipping the team with the right facts and skills before launch day directly attacks implementation anxiety. Much of the pushback against a new system stems from a specific fear. The employee is afraid of looking incompetent while standing in front of a guest. Remove that fear through training, and you remove the resistance. The fourth tool is empathy. Navigating operational change is exhausting, and maintaining team morale requires active listening. Simply acknowledging the stress of the transition validates the employee's experience. A single word of encouragement from leadership can sustain a team through a difficult shift. Systematically deploying these four tools, communication, involvement, training, and empathy, dismantles defensive resistance. It clears the psychological hurdles, preparing the team for the actual mechanics of change. To execute the mechanics of change, we map those tools onto a rigid psychological structure. This is a 3-stage flowchart outlining the classic model of transformation. The first phase is unfreezing. This is the critical step of getting a team to recognize that their current methods are no longer optimal. The manager's objective here is to actively challenge the status quo, dismantling old habits and creating a sense of urgency to adopt a better solution. Phase 2 is changing. This is the actual transition period, characterized by trial, error, and clumsy execution as the staff learns the new system. During this period, the manager must remain highly visible on the floor, ready to provide real-time coaching and intercept the friction before it stalls the operation. The third phase is refreezing. This occurs the moment the new behavior is cemented into the hotel's general patterns of action. Neglecting this final stage compromises the entire transition. Without reinforcement, staff will often regress to their old, comfortable habits as soon as the manager's attention shifts elsewhere. You successfully refreeze a process by explicitly demonstrating the new benefits to the team. If a new automated billing system means the night audit takes 2 hours less to complete, show them that exact data. Then, managers must reallocate that saved time toward high-value tasks, like enhanced guest interaction, to definitively prove the system's worth. Executing this 3-step cycle guarantees that a disruptive corporate mandate is safely converted into a locked-in, functional operational standard. The overarching philosophy of change management is shifting the staff mindset. They must stop viewing change as a subtraction of their past routines and start seeing it as an addition to their future capabilities. Mastering new technological systems permanently removes the drudgery of repetitive data entry from the front desk, freeing up mental bandwidth. Adopting updated service protocols directly reduces operational friction, which in turn steadily lowers guest complaint rates. Look at this wireframe model of the hotel ecosystem. As these operational improvements connect, they converge into a single organizational asset, the resilience muscle. This trait represents a team's collective, proven confidence in their ability to handle whatever disruption the hospitality industry throws at them next. In a market where guest preferences and software capabilities evolve on a monthly basis, that adaptability is a massive competitive advantage. The hotels currently dominating the modern market are the ones equipped to pivot their operations instantly without losing their unique service soul in the process. A manager who fosters this mindset uses the software implementation as a catalyst to build a high-performance culture. The true measure of a hospitality leader is not found in how they manage during times of stability. It is found in who they become when the ground begins to shift.